Live from the Big G's Pizza Studio on Clark Street, this is 5 Songs with Friends, Chicago's music discovery podcast. Formed by 3 self-proclaimed nerds, Howling Giant is a perfect marriage between pulpy sci-fi themes and blistering psych-metal. Fans of Mastodon's Crack the Skye, early Baroness and The Sword will immediately vibe with Howling Giant's charging riffs and otherworldly space-faring lyrics. Ladies and gentlemen, I have the band here with me today. Howling Giant, what's going on, guys?
Hey, Dylan. How are you?
Dude, amazing. I'm so stoked to have you guys. So I got to ask, because when I think of Nashville, Tennessee, I think of country western music. So what is the metal scene like there? Are you guys kind of the black sheep, or is there like a pretty vibrant metal scene?
It's pretty vibrant, man. It's a lot of, you really just have to be there to see it, and obviously a lot of people just come in town just for the country and, going downtown for the, all that kind of stuff. But when you live there, man, you start to experience a different side of Nashville. And yeah, there's a ton of metal. Yeah, man. I mean, I would say it's like pretty much any big city in that there's like a really big underground scene happening. So anything from like metal to punk, there was a great black metal scene, indie rock, weird psych stuff. Yeah, man. I mean, there's a lot going on in Nashville. It's not just the pop country thing.
Okay, that's
Pretty
good.
fun,
Good to know.
Pretty exciting.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, so, hey, look, I'm a huge Colts fan, so don't hold that against me, but I'm going to try to make it down for the Colts-Titans game this year, so I want to know what are some good venues to check out for some rock music on a weekend or something.
Yeah, man, you kind of just have to look it up, because there are a lot of great venues, but you never know what kind of shows you're going to find. It's always good to check out, like, in the Nashville scene.
Yeah, the Nashville scene will have show listings for, like, every venue in town. Any style of music, they'll push in the right direction. But I mean, if you're looking for heavier stuff, traditionally, Springwater Supper Club, The End, Exit in the East Room sometimes as well. It's Cobra.
I gotta say though, Springwater,
yeah,
the jam. That was where we played our first show ever, and they've been really supportive of the kind of heavy scene. And honestly, just any weirdness that's happening in Nashville, Springwater Supper Club is a spot to go.
That is our home. That is the home venue for sure.
Awesome. I love it, man. That's awesome. So tell me a little bit about the background of the band. Like, how did you guys get started making music, and when was that?
Yeah, so I guess it started, we started Howling Giant in 2013 between me, Tom, Zach, and then Roger, our bass player at the time. But it kind of goes back to me and Zach jamming back in Boston. When did we start? I'm trying to remember what year that would have been.
Maybe 2011, I'm guessing.
2011. Yeah. We started the band called Skulldozer, spelled
Nice.
SKLDZR. Yeah, man, it was super fun. We kind of wanted to start a band that wrote music about like our Dungeons and Dragons campaigns and just kind of like hilarious, heavy fantasy sci-fi stuff. So yeah, we started Skulldozer, and then, we moved to Nashville from Boston and kind of did a reincarnation of that under the name Howling Giant.
Nice, man. So how did you guys get into metal music? I know you guys are self-proclaimed nerds. Because Mastodon, I know, obviously has a very, very nerdy tendency to a lot of their lyrics and their stories they tell and stuff. Like, is that kind of one of the bands that got you in, or like how did you get into metal music, I guess, is the question.
Oh, dude. I don't know, man. I mean, I kind of got into it through a lot of like classic rock stuff, but really like in high school is when I started listening to, I guess honestly, I was listening to more punk than metal at the time, but I started to shift over with like my love for the game Dungeons and Dragons. I know I keep leaning on the nerd thing. That got me into like Symphony X and all these like shredding like prog metal bands. And it wasn't until a ways after that I kind of started to appreciate the doomier, like sludgier kind of side of things,
Yeah, and for me, like classic metal kid in middle and high school, there was a ton of metalcore coming out. So I was listening to like, Kill Switch Engage and stuff that everybody did at the time. And still love that band for sure, and other bands like that. But that just kind of developed, and I got into some prog, like Between the Buried and Me, and just, you just kind of open the gates, and as soon as you're there are 1,000 options of bands and styles and
I think,
genres.
for both of us, I feel like it happened to me and Zach in
college, starting to listen to like The Sword or Sleep, or like that was where I really started to get into Mastodon. But bands that were kind of like leaning on just an overall heaviness and like massive like guitar tones, and just like, it's not about shred at that point. It's just kind of about like heaviness. But I think it kind of had to be like, you get into the shred stuff first, to develop an appreciation for the kind of like slow heaviness.
Yeah, for sure.
And the sea bass,
and I think as far as well, for me, I was raised on heavy metal, just raised on like the old school classics, Judas Priest, Iron Maiden, AC/DC, Black Sabbath, all that kind of stuff. My parents just like let me listen to it as a kid, so I was kind of up around that the whole time, and I stuck with that for a while until my brother started introducing other bands to me, like, hey, check out this band called Sleep, and I just kind of went from there. So
awesome. So it seems like, you guys all have like a little bit of a different story of how you got into it, and it's really interesting to hear, all of those different influences kind of come into what is, Howling Giant today. Like, how do you guys get that super? Because you have that awesome like signature fuzzy sound to like your shit. Like it's so I don't even know how to describe it. It's just so like it grabs you, man. So like, how do you guys engineer that sound? Like, is there anything in particular you're doing with your effects or anything like that?
Well, I mean, like recording wise, obviously Tom is, always experimenting with his pedals.
Dude, it's taken a long time though, because like there are amazing fuzz pedals out there, and everyone wants this thick kind of sound. It takes a long time to figure out how you can get the right sound that actually like balances with the bass tones, with the drums and the vocals.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually really hard to kind of keep that fuzzy sort of thing and still be able to get the notes you want to come through.
And we kind of want to take it in a different direction than most what like stoner bands do, where it's just everything is all fuzz all the time. And
well, that's what I do.
I know that. But adding my bass tone to it and our vocals, it kind of shifts that direction and makes it a little bit more unique, which is what I think.
Yeah. When it comes to, real quick, if I can jump in, if it comes to like that fuzziness too, I think that a lot of that thickness comes from, a lot of times like volume a little bit. If you actually look at the pedals and the amp gain, like I'm not turning up the actual fuzz levels very high at all. I think the key, and we could get into that through more of like gear talk, at some point, but it comes through like using just very specific gain staging, and using, for me, I use 2 amps. I always run 2 amps in stereo to have one on each side of the stage. And I kind of find that as a 3-piece, that helps fill out that sound.
Yeah.
It's easy to sound a lot bigger than, sometimes a 3-piece almost should sound,
Yeah,
well,
that's a great question, or a great point. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I thought one of the key tricks recording-wise was the Camel Crusher.
The Camel Crusher,
yeah. It's a plug-in. It's a distortion kind of plug-in, and we were just recording bass direct in back in the day, and then my wife records and mixes all of our stuff and found this plug-in, and we loved that so much we named a song after it on our first EP. But
Camel Crusher,
and
it all came from that plug-in, just like a straight up, just
so thick
digital plug-in, but it sounded just gross, hilarious. The Camel Crusher.
That's wild. What program is that a plugin for?
I mean, you can just toss it on any, I think.
We use Pro Tools.
We're Pro Tools,
okay.
yeah, but I mean, you can throw Logic or whatever else you're using.
So interesting. Yeah, because I was going to ask, like you guys fill up the sound so well for being a 3-piece, and so that's interesting. That's cool that you guys lend it a little bit of insight. But yeah, your music is meant to be played loud. Like there is no doubt about that. So I'm sure that plays well into the sound the sound you were talking about. But let's talk about, we have, a song once again that deserves to be played very loud today. It's a song called Whale Lord. Can you tell me a little bit about it?
Yeah, Whale Lord was one of the first tracks that we ever wrote. We actually wrote it back when we were called Skulldozer in Boston. But we re-recorded it and basically made it for this arrangement. It's Howling Giant. But yeah, it focuses on kind of a classic, like doomed sailor, kind of getting lost at sea and confronting his own madness, which, is a lot of fun to write a song about. So there's that, And it's got that Camel Crusher fuzz all over it. So there's that
everywhere.
Yeah.
We probably put it on local tracks too.
Yeah. Put it on everything.
Yeah, there we go. This podcast brought to you by Camel Crusher. Yeah, I should put. I mean, you know what? I'm gonna put that on the audio for this podcast. So we'll just have our voices Camel Crush too. Why not?
Yeah.
Crush me.
There we go. I love it. All right, well, let's jump into it. This is a song called "Whale Lord" by Howling Giant. All right, so that was Whale Lord by Howling Giant. So you guys are coming at me live right now from Oklahoma City because you are on tour right now. So tell me a little bit about that. What's it like on the road right now?
I mean, it's it's pretty simple. We're like 3 days in, like a 20-date tour.
Yeah, we're on our way out to play Psycho Smokeout in LA on the 20th, 420, as you could have guessed.
Yeah.
Awesome festival that Psycho Entertainment is putting together. Those are the guys that do Psycho Las Vegas, and they teamed up with Riding Easy Records. So we got some awesome bands coming up.
We've got all your fuzzy tones.
Yeah.
Right in.
Awesome. And so this is a Chicago podcast. So you guys are playing in Chicago on May 2nd at Reggies, correct? At Reggies Rock Club?
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome. So everyone be sure to stop by Reggie's on that. What do you know what day of the week that is? Is that a weekend? Is that a Saturday? Let me check. Actually, I can check real quick. That's a Thursday.
Not relevant to me at this point.
We are just beyond time.
Right. I guess you can lose track of things very quickly when you're going from one town to the next. But that is a Thursday, guys. So be sure to check it out. So guys, Howling Giant, maybe can you share a couple bands maybe that are playing at this festival or that you're friends with or wherever that are, some underground, under the radar artists that you think people should hear about?
Man, there are so many. Where to begin?
Toke for sure.
Toke, we're playing with Toke in San Antonio. They're one of our favorites for sure.
And they're on the Smokeout as well.
They're on Smokeout as well. I've stolen a lot of excellent guitar tone ideas from Tim from Toke, so they are fantastic. Tim from Toke. Forming the Void is awesome. They are not on Psycho Smokeout, but they're a band that I think everyone should be listening to if you're in that kind of doom and heavy scene. Like, they're definitely a band worth checking out.
We did a week-long tour with them. October, that's what it was.
We played with them in Chicago too. Do you remember the venue? Man, I'm trying to remember what it was. Not Slim. There's not Slim, is it?
No.
What was it? I can't remember.
Either way, those guys are.
At Psycho Smokeout, though, really excited to see Yob. Really excited to see Elder. Those are some of the bigger ones.
Yeah.
Obviously, ASG is going to be excellent. They're not doing Smokeout, but they are doing the
Psycho Las Vegas pool party.
Yeah.
Which is later in August.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Man, so many bands, but those are a few, I would say.
Those are the key ones, I'd say.
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. Well, good to know. We'll definitely check them out. How can people stay in touch with you guys for new releases or tour dates and stuff like that?
So we stay on top as best we can on all the social medias. Instagram, our handle's just Howling Giant. Our Facebook, Howling Giant. Twitter, I don't use it, but you can try to contact
us. They told
us.
us it should have Twitter. And so we said, okay.
Yeah. And then all of our music is available on our Bandcamp as well, just howlinggiant.bandcamp.com.
And something else to note real quick, if I can jump in.
Yeah.
If you buy any of our merch on Bandcamp, we always send like a note with everything that we mail out. And we're open to the idea of correspondence. There is a returning address.
Yeah. Send us a letter.
Send us a letter.
Oh, you guys are looking for pen pals. Okay. I like it. I'll be pen pals with you guys.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
All right, cool. Well, we're going to make it happen. Great stuff. Howling Giant, thank you guys so much. I hope you have an awesome rest of your tour and excited to have you in Chicago soon.
Cool. Thanks, man.
Thank you.